Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, and it is always a delight when we have the most beautiful hearts in our presence. For when you are in our presence, we can give you a great blessing, and we can give you greater divine guidance. This guidance will help you to flow higher in your most beautiful life. It helps you to become wiser. You can have a greater voice to speak with. Your understanding of your life becomes greater. Your purpose becomes more defined. Where you were confused in the past now becomes clearer. Where you didn't feel courageous in the past, you now are filled with courage, because you can understand your greater path. And when one understands the greater path, then one is divinely connected to the heart. And when the heart is connected upwards to the greater vibrations of love, that one is able to understand how all is one and one is all. And so the greater purpose becomes more defined in one's life. What does this mean? It means that you walk with greater steps, understanding why you are here upon your plane. You can plan your greater purpose more so, because when you understand the path of your heart, then you become clearer within, and your greater visions will take place in your life, and you can walk a life with happiness and purpose. Because the one who lives in the heart will always receive the blessings and the divine direction, so that one can truly take hold of the path in the heart and walk on that path. And then greater doors will open before that one. Why? Because this is why you are here, to evolve upwards, to evolve inwards, to understand higher alignment, higher purpose, higher connection. And when one finds that higher connection, then all will become clear to that one. So we say, welcome to the times when people can learn to connect upwards with greatness. Welcome to the times when people can understand higher direction and walk in the awakened heart. For when you awaken within the heart, you can truly feel the joy of all your purpose and all your life. What will you receive this evening? You will receive so much knowledge, so much understanding. Your awareness about your life will become expanded. You will see your life completely different. We ask you to take down notes for this evening. And when you take down notes, please, friends, highlight the points that you desire to work with in your life, the points that will make a true difference in your life. Because all things mean different things to everyone. And when you can pick out a few points that truly have meaning for your life, and you work with those points, then you can become greatly blessed. We say to you, welcome to the great times of higher evolution. Welcome to the great times of higher alignment and higher awareness. Welcome to the great times of higher celebration, so that you can connect deeper within your most beautiful heart. I will step back now for a few moments to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for you with a great greeting and a blessing. And then I shall return to you to speak and to teach. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Akomoha Halima. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess, Ashianiku. We are always very excited, as you can gather from my beautiful greeting. Every time I come through, I get so excited as the Pleiadian High Priestess, because then I can bring you more greetings and more blessings. On our Pleiadian realms, whenever we meet a brother or sister from our planes or from another plane, we always get very excited. We are very excitable. When we work with our hearts of love, which we all do, we feel the love raise between the hearts. And we know when someone is truly working in the heart, and when one has truly found their purpose, and when one's heart is truly shining with the light, we become very excited because we recognize that great light. And when the hearts awaken upon the earth more and more, and when the love shines within your hearts more and more, we become very excited because we know that the time is very, very close when greater alignments can come upon your earth, which means that our work can become greater and greater until many people in the light say, our star bodies of light have awakened, and we feel excited whenever a star brother or star sister is here with us. And we're healing with angels, we're healing with Pleiadians, and we're healing with all the star realms of the light, whoever wants to work with us. And we are very excited about that. So I'm going to bring a greeting and a blessing to your people to help people to understand the great excitement happening in the star families of light, so that they too can feel closer to the people of the earth, so that they too say, look, The people and the hearts are awakening, and the hearts are joining the people once again. And when the hearts become greater and greater, and the people join their heart paths greater and greater, it is when we as star families can bless the hearts and can bring a divine flame into the hearts of those who desire to feel the great energies of the stars. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I have returned. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, and I am here to give you a great blessing. I, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, am part of the great divine source. And I am here to bring the greater healings to your plane, to bring everything into perfection and into light. You as a people are not ready yet for these higher healings. However, we are preparing you to receive the greater rays from the higher heavens, so that the people can feel divine perfection taking place, so that you can walk as an evolved race to a higher level. This is not yet the time when you will experience this. I have brought my channel, Suzanna, Maria, Emmanuel, who is the divine love element, to your plane at this time, and I will work with no other channel, for she is from the great divine realms of light, and she has always carried my energies all through the lifetimes when she was called to be my channel, the channel of the great divine being, the channel of the great divine realms. So she is here to play a very important part in your story, in your alignment, in your awakening. This time it is so beautiful to be with the hearts who understand these great messages. 2,000 years ago, I promised the people that I would return when the people would embrace the light, when they were ready to walk with their hearts through greater gates of light. And I said to them, "Please, little children of the light, stay awake for the great Master to return, for you will hear the knocking happening. You will see the door being opened before you, but who of you will hear the knocks? Who of you will be awake for the great door opening?" 2,000 years ago, when I raised that question through my channel, Jesus, when he channeled these words through, all the hands were up. "My Lord, I will be awake to those times." And yet these words were carried through my channel. Only a very few people will hear these knocks at the beginning. Only a few people will see the great door opening. And then the numbers will flood in. Who will be the first? And the hands went up. As you can imagine, the great excitement was so there. Now it is 2,000 years on, and I have returned. Not with Jesus, not with a man, but this time with a woman. Suzanna, Maria, Emmanuel, the same divine line. Who is awake to it? Who hears the Master calling? Who sees the great door being opened? Only a relatively few, just like I said 2,000 years ago. All things we know. We know the people. We can see into the future. We know the minds. We know the hearts. We know how you operate in your most beautiful life. We also know how the millions will learn to see this. I, as a divine master, am asking you, are you ready to go up higher? Are you ready to hear the greater teachings and receive the greater healings? Or are you sleeping soundly, still waiting for the Master to come? When, Master, will you come? You promised us you would. And I am knocking very loudly now. Wake up, children of the light! The Master has come. I have my torch with me to give to you. Are you ready to carry the torches now? Are you ready to awaken the world around you with your most beautiful torches? Are you ready to gather the people and yell with your most beautiful voice from the rooftops? The Master has returned, just like you promised 2,000 years ago. Or are you still soundly asleep in your bed, pulled your covers over your head, not wanting to hear, not wanting to see, because it has happened in a different way, perhaps, than you had expected? all things divine happen in different ways than the human mind can accept or reason with. All things always happen differently. When you're told one thing, the stories in the minds become so great, and in your minds it becomes so concrete. So when the time does come for the divine prophecies to come true, the people will turn back to their stories like the radio programs and say, the radio program says it will happen this way and that way, not that way. And so I'll stay in my cozy bed and pull the covers over me and close my eyes and ears because I don't want to see and I don't want to hear. And yet I, as a universal divine master, say, are you ready to hear? Are you ready to see? Are you ready to understand the times we are taking you to, little children of the light? What does it mean when the great master turns up? What does it mean when the great trumpets sound out loud upon your earth? What it means for the children of the light is great shifts take place. And these great shifts are like the great earthquakes throughout your whole society because, as you know, if you've been listening to these teachings of the divine realms, everything will be shaken up and looked at because the great energies of the divine are here upon your plane. And the greater the divine energies come upon your plane, the greater the people will have to wake up. Are you listening? Are you seeing? Because we are rattling your energies. We're rattling your thoughts. We're helping you to understand how all things divine can happen in a completely different way than the stories of the people have believed it always to be. There were so many people who did not believe that the great master would return. There would be no great master returning. There would be no great channel returning to this plane. I, as sovereign Lord Emmanuel, am saying to you, really, was that your story? I ask you to remove the covers now, to open the door, to hear the knocking, because the great channel has returned. This time, it's not my faithful channel, Jesus. This time, it's my faithful channel, Suzanna, Maria, and Emmanuel. And this time, she is here for much longer than Jesus was upon this plane when he did his ministry in the public. Now she has to gather millions of people, so her job is much, much greater than Jesus' job was ever. Can you see the greatness happening? Can you see how divine this is? Why is this so important for your life? Because when you learn to accept this, you will see the greatness in all truth, and you will see how everything in your life has a purpose. You will see why you came here to this plane around this time to partake in the greatest energy work ever upon your plane. And this is the time of the great awakening. You are here to witness so many things that will happen upon your plane. You are are here to take the torch of the great light and to shine your bright light to many others. When you are listening and when you become awakened and when you feel the joy of the love happening, you become a great torch within your heart. Your heart begins to shine. And when your heart begins to shine, it has a great joy within it. This great joy is so high on a vibrational level that it affects many other people. And many other people will see your heart shining on the spiritual level, and they will see a great change happening within you. And they will be asking on a deeper level, what is it that you are carrying that makes you so happy, that gives you deeper purpose, that helps you to understand your spiritual connection, that helps you to gather higher information than they perhaps do not know, for you will have the answer to many of their questions. When others around you begin to ask you questions on the spiritual levels, you will always have the answers. Why? Because your heart is like a shining torch. Because you are receiving these divine messages, you are awakening to all the greatness. Your joy is becoming so great. You are feeling more filled with purpose and divine connection. And your happiness is so great. And that is what affects many other people. You will see this happening in your communities and in your families. Your children will also receive these healings. For when your heart shines like a beautiful torch, your heart will affect the hearts of other people on the spiritual level, and you will awaken their most beautiful hearts, and they will understand a deep, peaceful reasoning, a deep, peaceful side, a deep, peaceful feeling. And this deep peace is what every single person upon your plane is looking for. What is this deep feeling, this deep, peaceful feeling? It's the spiritual connection. Many people upon your earth have forgotten about the spiritual connection. When one listens to these teachings, when one learns to accept these higher teachings, then one begins to remember their deeper spiritual sacred self. And when they remember their deeper spiritual sacred self, it is when the great awakening happens within them. And for every person, it happens on a different level. And everyone who awakens will have special ways of awakening. For your spiritual journey is unique to you. There is not one person upon this plane who has the same awakening journey. However, for the ones who have already awakened to spirit, they will be able to understand others who are awakening. And so it is very, very important to be encouraging to others who are stepping onto the higher journey. It others. For there are many, many, many people who will begin to walk on their higher spiritual journey. The gathering of the light workers has only just begun. We have only awakened a few. You might say, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, aren't there many awakening upon your earth? We say the gathering has only just begun. We're waiting for the ones who are awake, the ones who are more solid, to become more solid, so they become the teachers, and then the others can come in, for everything is supported upon your earth. What good would it be for us to awaken the millions and the millions and the millions who are going to awaken to these higher truths? But there are not enough teachers. There are not enough supporters. There are not enough healers. Let the healers become stronger first. Let the people in the light understand the higher direction first, and when they are stronger within themselves, when they can understand divine direction more, when they are more awakened, we will call in the rest. As you can see, friends, there is so much joyful work to take place upon your earth. Awakening happens in stages. It doesn't happen in one flow, for how could all those beautiful people be supported? For you would not be feeling supported on your way. And so many people are awakening and they have nowhere to go to. And hence we have made these videos available up on YouTube to view, so that people can watch these YouTube videos, so that people feel included in the spiritual program, so that people can begin to listen greater and have greater blessings, so that that gathering can become greater and greater and greater. So we are preparing you for the multitudes of people who will come in. I say to you again, as a divine universal master, are you hearing the calls being happening? Are you seeing what is happening? Are you hearing the knocks of the great master returning? Are you seeing how much beauty you are? Are you seeing how much love we have for the people? Are you seeing how important you are to each other? Are you seeing how the work of the light has only just begun, and how the many millions will turn to the great light ways? Before the great gates open to the multitudes of people pouring in, we've had to place good programs upon your earth, so that people can feel supported, so that people can find their greater purpose so quickly. We've allowed everything to have run its course with the governments, with everything upon your earth. We've given time, friends. We've given time to everything. in all the elements of your earth, all the elements that said we can bring peace and love to your earth. We've said, please, friends, go for it. Be our friends, be our guests. You take it away and you prove it. Time and time again, we've allowed this to happen, and it is still allowed to happen. It is still permitted by the light. Go for it. Bring your peace and show the higher way. We are already here placing programs upon your earth to support the love hearts, the hearts who desire peace and love within their hearts, and the deeper connection to their true divine selves. We are placing it here upon your earth so you can see the sides, both sides. You can see all the ones who don't want it and all the ones who do want it. This is why we say time and time again, a great separation is taking place upon your earth now. The choice, friends, is completely yours to have. On the higher levels, you are all loved by Spirit so much, and you all come here to play the game. You all come here to do the game of the love, all the suffering. We all love you. All of us, all on the divine levels, love everyone. All of us. And there are so many divine levels. You cannot comprehend how many archangels there are and how many divine levels everything exists on. For your mind can only accept and comprehend so much of the spiritual stages. We are here to expand your thinking, expand your ways, expand your knowledge, expand your comprehension, all done in complete love and light, so you can see how great you are and how wonderful it is when you can be blessed by the great divine realms. It is a beautiful time when the ones who step into deeper light can celebrate their hearts and their love with the archangelic realms. It is much easier now to step into close connection with Spirit than it was several years ago. It is much easier now to learn to communicate with Spirit. And the deeper you go within the love vibrational spaces, the more the ones who step into love will receive divine connection, will receive divine blessings and divine healings. And you will become such a joyful light class. You will all shout out loud, "We are so blessed in the light, for the archangels surround us with their wings of love, and we feel so protected." We stand as a class together. We stand as a group together, a group that has awakened to the light. And at that time, your joy will become so great because you are standing in this love collectively. And collectively, you will gather the higher treasures from the higher realms, and you will enjoy the greater abilities coming upon your plane, for you will receive greater spiritual gifts. Your spiritual gifts will strengthen, and you will see greater, you will manifest greater, you will become much stronger energy workers when you become stronger collectively together. So this is why we as Divine Masters are celebrating this time with the people of the light upon your plane, because these healings are already happening. People are already celebrating these great collective healings together. They are accepting my being, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, with my channel, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, who is here to help to align millions to higher love flows, and she is working so closely with Cryon, who is the great awakening master, and he has been given the great task of aligning all life to higher purpose. And this is why he has worked so hard with so many people all throughout these last few years upon your plane, because he is awakening the frequencies. Please understand that. So I, as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, am working very closely with Cryon. We always have throughout all the times, not only on your plane is only such a small part of the greatness and all the universal systems. Please understand that you are so important in the great alignment, and you play a crucial part in all of evolution. And this is why the great master, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, my being, has started to open the door, and I have begun to knock on the door and saying, are you awake to these great times? Are you listening to the great master who has returned? All divine prophecies must be fulfilled to its ultimate perfection. All divine prophecies of light must become fulfilled, and we always promised all throughout the ages that the great light would shine upon your earth once again, and the people would be gathered together, and then the great light would guide them to a time of peace and love upon your plane. This is why you have come here to this plane, to partake in the great awakening, so that the love rays can return to your plane, so that everything becomes awakened to perfection and love. So please understand this teaching. Take it into your most beautiful hearts and celebrate it. When the hearts listen And when you begin to hear the sacred beats being spoken to you, you remember your personal spiritual story. Why did you come here? For what purpose? How are you divinely connected to the greater realms? How are you playing such an important part in the evolution of your own story and of each other? And when you find this information, when you can relate to this information, that deep peace will come inside of you, and your heart begins to shine like that bright torch, and all the answers will come through to others around you, and they will all feel your divine love, because you have your own divine story to tell. Go and share your divine stories with others. Go and find it. Find your deeper beat. Find your deeper love. Find your grace.